presenting Channeling Erik's Hour of Enlightenment.
Howdy again, people. I am so glad to be back in the saddle. I'm glad to be alive after my Norway ordeal, of course, but that's history. And, now everybody's talking to me like, okay, when are you going to unload the dishwasher? Do the wash, whatever. It's like, okay, hey, I almost died. Yeah, we don't care. I'm just kidding. So, all right, I don't have headphones on, because I just discovered mine are broken. They're actually one of the earpieces totally cracked. I have no idea how that happened. So bear with me if it's just not good sound quality, and please don't do the hating thing, please. I'm not that. Anyway, so we are going to talk today about the moon, and we've talked a little bit about that on a Zoom video on YouTube. But not everybody watches that, and the moon has so much of an effect on us. And thankfully, we got my boy Erik, who I love, and Denise Ramon, his voice today, to help us navigate how the moon affects us. So yeah. Hi, Erik. Hi, Denise Ramon.
Hi, Erik says, hi, Mama. He says, he's doing like the moon dance, the moon walk. Is that what he says? The moon walk. Yeah. He's doing that. He says, hi. He's excited. He says he's excited about this. Like, okay.
Well, yeah, tell me what's most important to know about the moon and its effect on not only humans, but also other life forms, Erik. Educate us, please.
He says that the way he's telling me the moon has like magnetic force around it, and it he says this kind of coincides with a topic that we talked about the other day about how it has effect on the flow of the fluids in energy. So whenever depending on how much of it is shown on our side, it affects the gravity he's showing. How there's something about the magnetic field of it, how it affects us, and if we're not anchored within our own self or balanced, it can make us feel off-centered and stuff. And he says there is some truth how it can make us feel just unbalanced, how we get moods, how we just act real different, and people get weird. And he says there is truth to it. He says, like sometimes the hospitals will have an abundance of birth, where women give birth depending.
Or not.
He says there is.
Yes, when I was on my rotation, you are exactly right. All hell would break loose. Actually, anytime I was on call during a full moon, not only did more births happen, but just on other of my rotations and my calls, it would just be crazy.
Yes, and it's because people aren't familiar with the changes, and so they don't. So they're just like reacting off of what they're feeling instead of just being more. He makes the way he says it's just more grounded or whatever. But he says, and when the moon is like not full or it's just small, how it's going to the other side, how it's affecting other sides. The way he's saying it, other sides too. It affects other planets. It affects because there's a magnetic force in it, and he makes me feel like it's like more of a masculine type of energy.
Wow!
But if we would, he's saying if we would like do like I feel like a ceremony type thing, or like connect with the energy that when the full moon, like when it's full moon or half moon or new moon or whatever, we would see more positive changes in our lives than instead of us.
I would thought that the moon would have be more feminine because the lunar cycle is closely mimics female menstrual cycles, etc. But I guess not, huh?
He's showing me, he's having me feel more of a masculine type feel
maybe
to
it's
it.
more of a
And when
dominating woman. It's a dominatrix. That's what we're talking about. The moon is a dominatrix, is it?
domination. Well, and I believe that it's both. The way he's showing me, it's not a singular it's not a gender. Is what he's saying.
Yeah.
But he's having me feel more of the masculine type. But and when you said that, I'm like, yeah, because I remember like in the Native American type thing, they call like a medicine woman of some sort, like a moon mother or something. And so I'm asking about that. But he says that masculine type energy isn't the same thing as it's just a more he's saying like a stronger feel type of energy is what he's showing me, but it doesn't.
Here's what I'm channeling. Here's what I'm channeling from Erik. It's not the same masculinity as toxic masculinity, oppression, but it's like that. I am a woman. I'm a strong woman. So the masculine characteristics, go into that.
Correct. It's not masculine like in the gender male type. It's just the energy feel. Just the energy feel of it.
Strength, empowerment. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mm-hmm. But he says that, and this affects like the growth of our plant life. It affects the wildlife. It affects your domestic animals. He said it has a big effect on it, and he says because he's showing me something to do with the magnetic energy of it, the magnetic field, something that has in with that, which I'm sitting there, and as he's saying that, I'm like, yeah, because of how it affects the tides of the water and stuff like that. And he's just, and so he says, we're not the only, the moon doesn't just affect planet Earth, it affects all planets.
Oh, wow. Okay, so, is there anything we need to know about the different moon phases that will benefit, that knowledge will benefit us, like super moon, blood moon, new moon, full moon, harvest moon, blue moon? I said that again. The lunar eclipse, all that kind of stuff. Is there any of those situations that you can shed some information about that will help us in a practical sense?
He's saying, when you're saying like the lunar eclipse and stuff like that, the eclipse, and he tells me those are times for us to really do a ceremony type thing, do an appreciation type thing, because those are special. He's showing me special events in your life. And it's a good time to connect with the energy, the moon energy, the earth. And he's showing me how it's a good time to connect with that, because it's almost like give a ceremony type thing. He says you don't have to do it for like 30 minutes or an hour, but it's like he says, give your chance yourself to pause for a moment with life and just breathe and take in this special moment. He's telling me like the new moon, the blood moon, and those are very significant in one's life, because he says we chose to be here to experience those moments, because not every type of those moments are going to be available to us in our lifetime. It's like once or twice in a lifetime, some of these moons that come around. And they're very powerful, he says, and they're very significant. And it's, if you would spend a few moments or however long you can connecting with this and like just treat it as a sacred moment, he says it can have a very big, profound effect on your life in a positive direction. He says this is a good time too. He's telling me to to connect with whatever it is that you feel strongly about. Like if you feel strongly about world peace, saving some type of wildlife, the water, the planet, the oceans, or connecting with that, because that has a very powerful effect, he's saying, when you're doing this, because I just feel like the way he's saying it, it's just like, it's just real powerful. He's saying there's a connection there. I can't. I'm trying to think of how he's showing me, but I'm trying to put it into words to match what he's showing me.
I totally get it. I think that's good. So this is off topic, but what about comets? Like Halley's Comet, the something Bob Comet, I can't remember. What kind of effect do they have? I'm looking at myself so I can yell at my husband to get the freaking dogs out of here. Okay, take it away.
He says, everything has an effect on us, just like we have an effect on other planets, other things as well, because we're all connected. But he says, one of the things, like if we're lucky enough to see it because we're in awe about it, but he's telling me it doesn't have that big of an effect on us as we think. He almost is telling me, though, it kind of like, I feel like what he's telling me is showing me how it kind of, well, it does have an effect, Erik, because he's showing me it kind of rearranges things because of what, like the Halley's Comet or any of those type of comets, what's in them, like the gases or whatever it is. He's showing me the gases, and it has an effect on the planet because it almost like it helps to realign things in this and he says that energy goes somewhere, whatever that's in those comets, that goes somewhere. And he says, and those comets are also energy. They're an energy. They're an energy.
Oh, yeah.
They have their consciousness. They're a consciousness in itself, is what he's saying.
Wow. Interesting. All right, so is anything going to hit us and destroy humanity in the near future, like in the next 200 years? It's okay. We're eternal beings.
He says that is a possibility, like 200 years plus going down the road. He says that's a possibility, but he also says by that time we will be so far advanced to where we don't have to be concerned about it hitting us.
Good. So probably more than 200 years then. It's fine. All right. So, is there any phase of the moon or type of moon, blue, harvest, new, whatever, that don't restart my computer. Okay. That affects us more than any other?
He says it depends on which way you want to go. He's showing me like the red moon, the blood moon, whatever you want. That brings a lot more calmness to people. The blue moon, I feel like is the same thing. Now the full moon itself, the regular full moon, that it messes with. He makes me feel like it messes with the hormones in our bodies, and when the hormones are off kilter to begin with, or whatever it is that's going on. Yeah. And when he's saying this, he's talking both men and women. It can make you behave differently. And when he's saying that, I feel like that's why the criminal activity is up, or there's a lot of the population in prisons is, there could be more fights or whatever in there, because people don't know to just sit there and breathe in through this, and not. Yeah. But he says there's not. He says there's not one that's most profound. They all affect us differently, all the moons. But he says, he's telling me the red moon he's showing me is the one that brings about more calmness to the planet.
Okay. So is there any other practical things we can do or know in regards to moons? And this is before we take callers. I just want to know. And we do have a session that we talked about the origin of the moon, whether there's aliens on the moon, what's on the dark side of the moon, all that. And so you can look at the YouTube channel and find that. But anything practical that we could benefit from.
He tells me that the moon is a healing property. Like you need, like the energy from the moon can help you heal, just like the properties from the sun can help you heal. There's healing properties from all of these from the moon. He says, people, just like people put their crystals out during full moon, put water out there during full moon, or any, there's healing properties with this, and he's showing me the picture of, there was a show on TV a long time ago, and I can't remember the name of it. It's like either like the Munsters or the Addams Family. I don't know which one was which, but Erik is showing me how they used to go moon tanning. And he says, we laughed about it and thought it was funny. He goes, but there is something to being outside and bathing in the moon, in that energy. If, you connect with the consciousness of it and connect with it. He says it is very healing.
Interesting. All right, so one last question. What is the relationship between the moon and females, cycles?
That's funny you just said, because he was just showing me how he was just telling me about the cycle of a woman right after he told me that last thing about if you connect with that, because it does have an effect on the woman's cycle, and he says, it's almost like a ceremonial type thing. He's saying connecting with the energy with that, it can help the flow of your cycle. And I'm going like to be not painful, Erik. He says to help it with ease. And I'm like, so does that like help with cramps and all this other stuff? And he's just showing me how it helps with the flow, connecting with that. And I'm like, okay, so if that's doing that, and you say it's masculine, he's telling me because he said the moon was masculine energy, and I'm like, but this is the feminine part, and he's showing me how there's a gentleness though with the moon's energy also. There's a gentleness. I bet. So, but he says, but I'm like, okay. Yeah,
you're like, I'll believe it when I see it. All right, so I think we can take callers. Is that okay with you, Ramon, Denise, and Erik?
Absolutely. Erik says absolutely.
All right, guys, be sure you know that there's only one question per customer, okay? Because there are so many people who try to get on time and time again and are unable to, because there's certain people that just know how to just like, boom, hit the redial button and they get in every time. And, but that's fine. But we need to share. So let's take somebody from the 561 area code. Hey there, how are you?
Hello?
Hi, you're on. What you got for us, girl?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear us?
Oh, my gosh. No, I can't hear you.
You can't hear us? Well, then how can you
No.
answer that question?
Oh, wait a minute. I'm watching my iPad. Sorry. Lisa, it's Martha. Oh, my God. I'm so
Hi,
glad I got
Martha.
through. And thank you so much for coming back to us. We love you so much. And Erik and Denise. My question, yes, for Erik and Denise, if you can help me with my son. I had 3 boys. My middle son, he had 2 very traumatic car accidents. And in his last one, he almost passed. He was in a coma for 3 weeks. He was hit by a truck full speed ahead. He was actually crossing the street, so he had no protection on him. And with his skull, he broke the pickup truck's windshield, and he was flung. And he landed on his head. And, yeah, it was very traumatic. So my heart goes out to you, Elise, because I almost been there. But, of course, he's okay. He's never broken a bone in his life, by the way.
Thank God.
But he suffers from the brain injury, which is long-lasting effects, and he suffers from depression. He's attempted suicide.
Oh.
He's been through a lot. He's 30 years old, and he still lives at home with his dad. He refuses to take medication, and he's been struggling with this. This happened his last accident happened in 2007.
Yeah.
And but he's very, I think, spiritually gifted. They usually are. He's been in jail.
Yeah.
And that's so bizarre to me. I wish he would develop his gift. He's got such a wonderful soul. He's such a good person, but yet he's been in jail several times.
Yeah.
His last adventure, he tried to assault his dad because he bought a rifle, and his dad hid the ammunition, so he pushed his dad against the wall. And long story short, he was arrested. He was just recently released. His dad bailed him out, so he really has never been able to receive the support, that he's needed.
So, Erik, what does this sweet guy need? I mean, what does he need to heal?
Yes.
I shouldn't put words in your mouth. Yeah.
Well, Erik says, first of all, that aggression and that stuff he has, that's from the brain injury, he's saying. Because he says your son wasn't like that before. And the depression is from the accidents also. And Erik also tells me that your son had something equivalent to a near-death experience the last time. And,
wow.
And that's where he says that's where some of the depression comes from. But it's almost like he doesn't have a memory of that, I feel like. But he is very gifted, Alicia. You're exactly right. He is very gifted. But
yes.
Erik is saying that there also is a bleed through from a past life. That's why these accidents are happening, and if he could get some kind of like some type of past life regression or something to meet up with that, he would find some pieces to his puzzle with that. Erik says, though, even though people say he needs medicine, to be on medicine and stuff to help him, Erik says it's his diet that really needs to be cleaned up, because he would feel a difference if his diet was different. Does he drink alcohol?
Yes.
He needs to stop that, Erik says. Erik says that's like the worst thing.
It's poison. Yes, it's poison. He was told by his doctors when he had his brain injury.
Does he do any
really
other drugs? Is he hooked to opiates or any other drugs?
No drugs.
Okay.
No drugs, thank God. He smokes pot.
Past life regression, I think, would be helpful. But what about something to address the post-traumatic stress disorder that he has, like maybe the soul happy technique or just EMDR? What do you recommend, Erik, that will totally shift him?
The EMDR would work well. Erik says if he, you say he smokes pot a lot, if he could take that pot and not do it in a smoke form, but do it in an edible form, that would help with some of his triggers. It just would,
What about I'm sorry.
Do what?
Now, what about him talking directly to Erik, like on a radio show or through you, Denise? Something would that help? Because two young guys,
Erik said yes, but But Erik's making me feel like he wouldn't believe it to be real right away.
Okay.
That would have to be down the road. But he's, any kind of, and Erik is saying also too, acupuncture would be great for him. Any kind of energy work would be good because the energy would help with balancing stuff out with him also. But I don't feel like this brain injury, even though it's they might say it's permanent or whatever, I just don't feel like it's going to be like, that's like who he is. It's like, oh yeah, and I had a brain injury, but he will be able to function fully. Is he not working? Because I feel like he could work.
Yeah, he does. He loves yachting. He's a yachty. He actually got his license to work on yachts and travel. But he can't. He falls off the wagon with his meds, and he goes bonkers, and the depression. He can't get out of bed.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know his case. Okay, so caveat emptor. Sometimes medications do more harm than good, and past life regression and like the soul happy technique, where you could. But I think if he shouldn't do just the soul happy technique. He should do the soul happy technique and work with the girls, Tracy and Kara, and I think that would help. And eventually to talk to Erik and become his buddy. And I've already asked Erik, dude, can you please be his guide? Can you help this guy?
Oh my God, I've called out to Erik all the time, and I ask him, Erik, can you please just go visit him and talk to him?
Well, I feel like Erik has been poking around with him.
Oh, boy.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I feel like Erik is showing me like he has been poking around with him. Mhm.
Wow.
But your son's very, very, very intuitive, and is what we might say, very psychic. He is, and I feel like he's real scared of it, and he also thinks that something's wrong with him.
Oh.
And he feels ashamed. He feels ashamed. He feels ashamed for these accidents.
Oh.
He feels like he's damaged goods, which is so not true.
Denise, can you ask Erik what is his life's purpose? Because he struggles with that. He wants to know, why is he here? Why is he suffering so much?
One of his big those two accidents, and I feel there's been other things involved in that, is because when that's going to be one of his big assets to work through, but it's also to get his attention. But one of the things is to work with. He makes me feel like young teenagers, to work through their delinquent teenagers type people, so that they can show another path, because this has been a habitual thing in his life of having a troubled teenage life, and I don't feel like not just in this life but other lives, and this is one of the reasons why he's chosen a hard path, because I don't know why we choose hard paths to work through, but I do see him working with young kids, primarily boys.
Wow.
But you got to be careful about telling him this, because then he'll think, okay, that's what I'm supposed to do. So,
that's why.
Yeah, no, we just move on to another caller, but I'm going to say, I think that you should get this guy on a phone call with Denise. I don't know how open he is, but you could be surprised. Erik knows how to talk to kids like this in a way that they can understand and believe. So anyway, that's that. But thank you for calling in,
Yeah.
Martha.
No, thank you, Elisa. God bless you guys. I love you so much.
I love you too,
Take
baby.
care. Take care,
Take
Martha.
care. Wow. We love our kids so much. It's so hard to see them struggle.
Yes.
I mean, that's really been hard for me all my, and now the grandkids. All right, so got somebody from the 575 area code. Hello there. How you doing?
Hi, this is Tracy
Hey.
from Taos. How are you?
Oh, from Taos? You lucky.
Yes.
Oh, I hate you, Tracy. What's your name?
Why?
Uh,
Tell me why you hate me. We can talk this out.
Yeah, it's like tell me about your mother. I know, but oh my God, it's so freaking hot in here, and Taos is not. But I do love you.
Yes.
I just don't like that I'm not there. But go ahead. What you got for our boys?
Well, first of all, hello, Lisa. Hello, Denise, and hello, Erik. Okay, I have this question. I was listening to the 5G channeling yesterday. Was it yesterday?
Yeah.
And there's a question about whether people, who could possibly get this radiation poisoning from the 5G network.
Mm-hmm.
I do know that there are a lot of people who are doing the thyroid thing. They're what do you call it?
Iodine.
The iodine.
Yeah.
You put the iodine on your a big dot on your arm, and you take a Brazil nut, which is selenium, which helps the iodine flow through the blood system to the thyroid. Now, my question is this: if people, let's say, people were to start using that the iodine on a daily basis, or maybe take a couple days off a week, would that possibly help with possible radiation poisoning? Would it help kind of?
From 5G?
What's that?
From the 5G?
Yeah, from the 5G network, right.
Good. So, Erik?
Provided that the 5G network does cause this.
Right. Erik, would that help? If not, what should we do to protect ourselves?
Exactly. I mean, what are his thoughts?
That's interesting. He's saying yes, that it would help, but you need to be educated on what it is that how to use it, and to make sure the I guess how pure the iodine is that you're using. Just know where you're getting it from, the source of where you're getting it from, you're getting it from. But he said he's saying yes to that.
Okay.
Wow.
Huh.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that was.
Erik?
Wait, I'm sorry. Hello?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Is there anything else that will protect us, Erik?
When you say that, he's talking about wearing some type of like magnets or something, is what I get, because I don't know. And would you wear it in your pocket area, Erik, or because he's showing me there's something about wearing magnets that help. He's showing me how it kind of bounces off of that, it just can't connect to the magnet.
That's interesting, Denise. Because, I did some research, and there are lots of products out there, like underwear for males, and I guess females too, that protect their genitalia and therefore their fertility from the effects of 5G. So that's probably pretty important. If you want to have babies, you should get that underwear.
Yeah,
you just can't wear the underwear just for the
zero.
Right, but he's also shown me you could put I guess some form of magnets, and I feel like it's not just, I don't know if it's the magnet on the back of a picture or something, but it's you could put it in your shoes or something.
Wow.
And the way,
Well, that's
and I guess
something
the
to
reason
look
why he
up.
says
That
that
would be.
because you pick up everything from your feet because your feet are on the ground and stuff.
Oh my God! Yes.
That's
And
true.
so, and
Oh
he's
my God,
showing me
Dr.
how
Scholl.
he's shown.
Dr. Scholes needs to
And
create
yeah,
some sort of thing.
yeah.
Hey, let's get some of let's invent this and get super rich. Okay. 5D, anti-5D, Dr. Scholes kind of thing. I'm just saying that. Maybe.
But he's also shown me putting magnets around your house. I'm just delivering a message. I don't know anything about this, but this is what he's showing me, and I'm writing this stuff down too to look this up. But he's showing me you could put some magnets around the outside of your home and stuff to help with that. But that's what he's saying.
Well, that's something to check out. That's very interesting. You know, it's always something to look up and learn, and then that makes sense. Well, my love, thank you so much. Oh,
if you research something and you find out, let me know. Also, one last question: can you just have the intent, like I am not going to be affected by 5G? I mean, if you totally believe in your heart. Could that be enough?
Well, I hardly use a cell phone anyway, so I'm not really worried about it. But that was just a question that crossed my mind when I was listening to this, and it's very interesting. I know there are ways to do this, but
great question. I'm so glad you brought it up because it's going to help a lot of people. But can intent do it alone if it's really deeply heartfelt, Erik?
Erik says yes. You know, your intent is yes, because he says we're co-creators. We can create whatever, you know. If you, just like we can create healing within our own bodies. He said, yes, you can, but yes, he said yes.
All right, good. Thank you, Martha.
All right, Elisa, sweetie, thank you so much. Denise, thank you, and Erik. All right, ladies, take care.
Thank you.
Hey, Erik,
take care, Tracy.
Erik, give her a hug tonight. You'll feel it, Martha. Tracy.
Oh, he does that a lot. He's a lot of fun. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All righty. Let me see here what we got. How about somebody from the 510 area code? Hi there. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. What's up, girl?
I'm trying to see, can Erik let me know will me and Henry be together soon? I'm supporting my kids, but I'm starving in the process.
Okay, what's your first name and where are you from?
My name is Tasha, and I'm from Oakland, California.
Okay, yeah. You've called in before, right?
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while, but I remember you. All right. So
yeah, I've been handling business.
Okay, Tasha, you wanted to know if
Henry.
If Henry and you are going to be together?
Yeah.
Are y'all not already together?
We're in a spiritual marriage. It's been 3 years. It'll be 4 years in June.
So that's a good pickup, Denise. Man.
Yeah, we committed to each other on January the 11th. That was my dad's birthday at 1:11, 1:10 exactly.
Yeah.
So are y'all living together?
No, I want to see when would that happen. So I know it's gonna be a while.
Yeah, because I feel like y'all are already together. That's what I.
Okay, so when would I get my ring? That's what I want to know. I got the nail polish. I got his initials on my marriage ring. So I'm trying to stay devoted to our spiritual marriage.
Well, is there finances to buy a ring? Because Erik says that's one of the dilemmas is finances to buy a ring.
Okay, because I'm working on my finances. If I got to get the ring, then so be it. I already proposed to a man 23 years ago, and he lied to me about his illness, and our marriage only lasted 9 months. And I like this time, if I'm gonna buy the ring, I want it to be for long term because I don't have my father no more, and I have a hole in my heart.
That is
well,
so
you
much.
don't need. Erik says. Erik says you do not need.
What Brittany and I did, he was dirt poor. $400 a month was his salary, and I had to buy the ring, $75 a piece.
Okay.
And I had to ask. So what's the deal, man? Are we gonna get engaged? Like, because I was leaving for Houston after my residency. So I understand your pain, girl. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yes. What Erik say?
Erik says he says don't buy your ring this time. He's saying this is what Erik is saying, but I just feel y'all together. So I don't know. Does he not live in the same city as you?
No, he lives in another home. He just had a 4-month-old baby with another woman that he was staying with that he was trying to get away from.
Oh.
And I feel like that's my daughter too, because I have no daughters.
Well, you don't want him to dismiss his responsibilities.
No, I want him to take care. I want him to take care of her. I want him to do that.
Yeah, good.
Well, Erik makes me feel like y'all are already in a relationship together because there's something there. Erik says that you're in the relationship together.
So we're married. So we are married. That's what Erik said. We are married.
But Erik says don't buy the ring.
Okay.
And I feel like and this makes sense now because you said he has a 4-month-old baby. He needs to make that commitment to you to buy the ring, and Erik says that's what you want.
Yeah, I'm like, well, ask Erik, will he do it and what year?
Erik says he's still learning how to stand up for himself. That's what Erik says.
Okay.
That probably makes sense.
You get that? You get what he says?
Yeah, but what year? I get all that. I had to stand up for myself, too.
Oh, dude, that's free will. You can't go there. It's free will.
Oh, that's the free will. Okay, thank you,
Erik.
Erik.
All right, girl, thanks for calling in.
Okay, thank you. Wait. Will he allow me to carry his last name?
Erik says get the ring on the finger first.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right, I'll do that.
All right, that's great. Y'all remember one question per customer because we have so many that are in line that are trying to, get heard. So, hey, we got somebody from the 360 area code. Hi there, how are you?
Well, hello there. Hi, everybody.
Hi. What's your name?
Hey. This is Para, and so I was calling to find out from Erik. Hi, Erik. What is my life purpose?
Oh, I'm getting this weird vibe that Erik is crushing on you. I don't know where it comes from, but it's weird. Am I wrong?
No, he's mentioned that before.
Oh, really? Oh, my God. I am telling Erik.
Yes.
Man, what? God. Jesus.
Oh, my gosh, Erik. You're making me blush.
He says you have a gentleness about you that people are like a magnet. That people are they're like magnets towards you because they need your gentleness and it's the people that haven't had much gentleness, and what you're doing is you're showing people how to be gentle within their own self because he's saying stuff about your gentleness. That's what he's saying, and I feel like that's what he says you're very beautiful. Do you have blonde hair?
No, I have brown hair.
Because he's showing me blonde hair for some reason. I don't know why, but
did you have blonde hair as a baby?
I had light hair. Yes, I did. I would say I'm a true blonde, even though I do have brown hair. Really, like a blonde. Do I want blonde hair? No.
But he said your life purpose, though. He says, we have so many different purposes. We don't just have one thing, but
Yeah.
Are you a teacher of some sort?
I'm a natural teacher. Yes. Yes, I am.
Because he's telling me about you teaching, you developing, and that's one of the things that you.
Is that a future for her, Erik, of being a teacher in the spiritual arts or anything, and healing?
He said yes. He said yes because people gravitate to her because she has such a gentleness about her, and people they're just like a magnet to her. They love her gentleness. There's something about her gentleness that people they're needing that. And but he says that you're teaching, but you're teaching. So whatever you choose to go into, like if you wanted to teach yoga, you would do extremely well. If you wanted to teach preschool, you would do extremely well. If you wanted to teach art or teach writing, you would do extremely well because there's a gentleness about you, and people pick up on that vibration regardless if they're conscious of it or not.
That's amazing.
Should she be one of the teachers in the spiritual online school we're eventually going to have, hopefully?
Erik says definitely. Erik says definitely.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
you
definitely.
Keep in touch with me, okay? Because I feel like
that's I can see that.
I feel like that's, and you would be paid, obviously, but I feel like that's what this call was about, that you would be a great teacher in the spiritual online school. So.
Oh, awesome.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Very much so.
And I just want to say happy birthday, heavenly birthday to my nephew, Saketla, who's in heaven, and today is his birthday.
Sweetie, how old is he? How old was he?
He was 29 days old, and he would be 8.
Oh, no. Oh, my goodness.
Well, Erik says Erik wants you to know they're eating cake right now, and it's like confetti-type looking cake, and they're eating cake.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, tonight we're going to celebrate his birthday, so happy birthday. And thank you, everybody.
Well, thank you. Well, Erik just wants you to know he's telling you, he says we're eating cake, and it's like a confetti-type cake, and it's
yummy.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Because that's like our favorite cakes down here.
Okay, no, that's what they're eating. It's like a confetti-type cake, and he's making my mouth water, and I don't even eat sweets.
Oh, my God, I'm going to take so bad now, man.
Oh yeah.
Bye.
All right. Thank you, everybody. All right. Bye-bye.
Take care, Farrah. Bye.
All right. Do we get somebody from the 615 area code? Hey, what's up?
Hello?
Hi there.
Hi.
Hey, this is Chris. My wife's father was a good friend of Neil Armstrong's, and he gave her father a vial of dust back in the early 70s. We have flight logbooks.
Yeah.
We've had it tested. We've got one scientist said he can't rule out lunar origin, so he says it's lunar in origin, but it's not pure. The other scientist said he wouldn't go there, but he said that the dust could not have been made on Earth.
Whoa.
So we're wanting to know. We've been in a battle with NASA. They won't. I'm in the middle of a thunderstorm. They will not seize it. We think it's because they know once they test it, they'll have to say it's real. We're wanting to know what the composition is. Basically, is where we're at, and then what we should do going forward with our battle with NASA.
Ugh, government. God damn it.
Well, Erik says, well, you really want to keep it. So, NASA is never going to say exactly what it is. And if they do, then they're going to want to take it because they're going to say it's their property, is what Erik has taken me.
They've told us, if it's real, you can't do anything with it, and you got to return it. And if it's not real, it's fraud. So we're like trying to get them to take it so we can take them back to court again.
No, that's bullshit.
Well,
that's from Armstrong. You can't do that.
Yes.
Well, Erik says, he goes, hold on, Mom. He says, the government can they can say that anything, products that are from the moon, from that trip or whatever, they can put a claim on it and say that it's theirs. Or they can say that the products are stolen and stuff like that. This is what Erik is telling me. And he says it's not fair, but that's just the way it is. Erik says if you want to keep it, just keep it and know. He says you know what it is. He says you know.
So
know what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, we feel it's real. We just want to do something
real.
with
Erik
it.
Says it is. Well,
yeah.
Erik says,
and they've lost court cases before. We had the lawyer that had beat them on a bag that had some dust in it. So we need them to take it for us to sue them is where we're at. We're trying to goad them into taking it, and they're playing it very cool by not taking it.
Why do you want to do this? Wait. Why do you want to do this? Is it because you want to determine its value so you can sell it? Or is it
possibly we want to possibly sell? We possibly want to donate to a museum, but we can't do anything with it until we take them to court. We did take them to court, and we lost the court case because you can't sue the government over sovereign immunity unless they've done you harm. The harm would be them seizing the vial and not returning it.
Yeah.
Correct.
Well, why
and
is
Erik,
Erik
is wanting you to know right now that will be the result. The government will seize it.
Oh no!
Erik is showing me their pocket is much deeper than your pocket.
Oh yeah.
So what should he do? What should they do, Erik?
Erik says that Erik is telling me to sit on it, and he's showing me the number 6, and I feel like that's Erik is saying like 6 years.
Okay.
So,
oh jeez.
But Erik says Erik is telling me right now like they will they will confiscate it from you. And so that will be another battle of trying to get that back, because then you'd have to say this was a gift, this was given to you, and blah blah blah. And
how can he avoid this? How can he avoid that? And just let us know, Erik. What does he need to do to make things okay?
Erik says find another scientist, because when you were saying about the 2 scientists, that one that said it wasn't of anything of origin from this planet, he said he was spot on. But I feel like maybe do research on finding another scientist that would go ahead and do that, because I feel like the first one was scared.
Ah.
And
we're thinking to send it overseas. That way, they will have an opportunity to seize it when it hits customs.
Yeah.
Good idea. All right. Thank you for calling in. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Chris. Bye.
Okay.
That's
we got
fascinating.
somebody from the 985 area code. Where is that? Is that Alaska? Hi there.
985. Hi. I'm on.
Yes, you are.
Hi,
What's
Lisa.
Where are you calling from?
John, I'm calling from Louisiana, southern Louisiana. So we're kind of like down at.
It was like totally in the west area. Okay, but go ahead. My bad.
I'm calling about kind of just to get some insight on my marriage. I've been with this guy since 2001, and we've been through a lot of ups and downs. And he's got kids from his former marriage with his wife, and I mean we've been through just about everything. And I love him to death, but it's like he's got Peter Pan syndrome. And I dealt with a lot in the beginning of the relationship because he's a narcissist, but I find he's chilled out through the years. And I'm getting older and I'm getting tired. It's like, I don't know how much. I have commitment from him. I just want him to grow.
Go ahead.
I want him to grow up. I want him to grow up and get a good job and stay with something, and I want him to, just, he just has this. I feel like sometimes like I'm raising a teenager, and it's just not fair sometimes that everything is just left on my shoulders when it comes to bills and just the stress of everything. And I've really just been praying all these years that he just changes and he grows up, and I'm hoping, as always, like, I stayed hooked for a little while longer, and it's like, as much as I love him, it's just like I really just need to come to either the realization that he's just never going to change, and I either have to accept the life I'm going to have as a struggle, or I'm going to move on to something better. And it's just, I don't know. I don't know whenever he's going to have a breakthrough or wake up, and I just need to ask Erik if he's got any advice for me on it.
Wow. So, Erik, what do you have to say?
Well, Erik says he wants to know when you're going to have a breakthrough on you. He says, this is who you should be focused on, is you. And Erik says that you need to put that spotlight on you and work on you and healing yourself, is what Erik is telling me. And I feel like when you start doing that, it's because what you're going to start doing is loving you, because that's what you're craving, is the love and that. And Erik says he wants you to start looking at that from within you. And I feel like you have thought about that before, but you kind of like go back and get scared. But Erik says he wants you to start looking at the love within your own self and start looking at that. Like, I don't know, like Erik says do whatever it takes for you to get there. If it's reading some self-help books, if it's, some type of metaphysical type modality type thing, or if it's getting into some form of counseling or something, because there's a part of your past prior to this relationship that is still affecting you in the present.
Oh, okay. So would the soul happy technique help to, get rid of all these traumas? And I have a weird feeling that would be amazing for you. Freaking get rid of traumas, and then you're probably going to be a better shape to understand this relationship. So, is there hope, Erik, with this relationship? If he understands and develops a sense of self-love, which I know it's hard because I struggle with it myself. Erik, go for it.
Erik says there's always hope, but he says the main thing Erik is saying, if you do all of these things for you, you're going to have the clearest thoughts and the clearest knowing of where to go next. And it's not going to be a struggle if you stay or if you decide to move on. You're just going to have a clear understanding of the direction you go, because whichever direction you go, it's going to also involve healing and letting go and forgiving. And as I say this, I feel like that forgiving is related to you as well, John.
Yeah. Okay, so I got to close now, but I will say that because we're almost into the other person's show, but I think that Tammy DeMercer is eventually going to have like a couples healing thing. So stay in tune with that. And you guys check out.
Thank you.
Oh my God, Denise Ramon. She's amazing. DeniseRamon.com. I love you, Erik. I love all you listeners, and I love you, Denise Ramon. Have a great evening and great weekend, people.
Love you. And Erik says, bye, Mom.
I love you, baby.
He loves you, too. He loves you so much.
Oh.